Good morning. My name is Jeannie, for those who don't know me. I started my YouTube channel to talk about and give the history of my life. And tarot cards have always been a part of my life. And now that some of my friends and family know that I am on YouTube, they're going, oh, do readings, do readings. So this reading is going to be different than the other ones, and I think I prefer it better because I finished my reading, which took a little bit time because I have to stop and concentrate on everything. And just as I was getting ready to my last deck of cards, my camera quit. But fortunately, I didn't pick up my cards and put them away. I use more than one deck, and I am using different decks today. I'm using the fairies. And the other added one I have is, what did I do with it? The chakra. Okay. So this lady, she is having difficulty in her life and she needs to make a decision. So I made me some little notes right here because I had to go and regroup. So what we have is the Nine of Pentacles, and it is reversed. Now this one says that there is a potential in your past that you've been having difficulties, and your saying was, I'll fake it till I make it. So your past was faking it till you make it. And now your present situation, there are 3 people involved in your present situation. And you are having great difficulties. You're having imbalance in your relationship. And so this card says, maybe you should go solo. And this card was also inverted. And it says, there is no rest for the weary. It's a time for you to recover. It is time for you to take time for yourself. And your path will go on, but it will still go on with much hard and difficult time to get to your recovery. That number, these numbers added up to 7. Not all the cards I count, but the rider weight I do count. So 7 says, you're waiting for something that's coming, an awakening. And you deserve to have peace inside. But you are compelled to pursue your goal and your dreams. Do it. Do it. That's your past and future and present. Then I moved on to your relationship. Okay. This card was inverted. You have a lot of stress and you have a lot of conflict. Okay? How are you going to overcome this stress and conflict? It's overall a very negative card. And you're basically kind of unprotected. Then we have the Court card, the Justice. Okay? This is a legal matter. You you need to right a wrong that's been going on for a long time. Look, she's wearing her robes, you know. She's doing what she needs to do. She's looking for reason. She's looking for truth. That's what you're looking for. Why is the reason for your conflict? What is the truth about your conflict? What's the reason for your tension? What are you going to do about it? That's the question. Well, then we came to the aristocrat. The aristocrat is a symbol of the Roman Catholic Church, where we live in tradition and we follow certain ways in life, okay? But now he's saying you need to break tradition. Let me look right here what I wrote. Maybe it's time for you to move on slowly. Here's my great aristocrat. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Okay. You need to break from tradition, basically. I was looking for something else. I was hoping to say something else. But you need to move on. That's the bottom line. And then you have the Chariot. The Chariot, you have to make decisions, which way you go. You want to be careful of poor timing. Because right now you are in poor timing. You have to do your preparation. You have to plan your move. You have to do everything in perfect timing. And you're capable of that. But the other card, I misplaced it. It was on the bottom of the deck. And it was your ego. And you have to be careful that your ego does not get in the way of the decisions that you make. But you need to move from the conflict. Now, that being said, you have to make your own decisions and you don't have to follow my words. My words are just words of advice, nothing more, nothing less. Okay? But that's why I did the tarot cards, because the tarot cards are, not the tarot cards, the Rider-Waite cards, they're more blunt, more cruel, more to the point. So I kind of gave them up and I went to the angel cards because they're more kind. So anyway, I got my storyline already made. I was so lucky that it didn't put my cards away. It says you have unfounded fears about making the decision. Wait, put these cards back because I always refer to them. Making your decisions. So you have unfair. You need to focus on the scenario that you're in. You need to outgrow your worries. And you need to put your problem into perspective. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, that the people who returned into your life, this person who returned into your life was from the past. And he was a person of romance. And you remember the events differently. Whether they were better or worse, that's the way you remembered them. That may not have been exactly how it occurred. In the past, do you remember why you made a decision to part? You know, trust is the reason for everything. And you need to remove yourself from negative emotions of others. It's not so that it's so much your negative emotions as it is the negative emotions of the other person. You need to focus on what is frightening you. Okay, what is worrying you? Focus on that. And then you'll come back to your chariot again, and you'll be able to make your decisions. You have great leadership skills, and you need them now. You need to follow your own intuition. What do you need to do to take care of yourself? You have a lot of supporters, so, but it's up to you the direction that you go. But you need to use caution, okay? And you need to pay attention to detail. There is a better choice for your life. Sometimes we just kind of get stuck in a rut and we think that's all there is and that's what we have to put up with, and we have to suffer the consequences of our decisions. And we run very quickly from the truth. You have to stand back and you have to look, what is the truth of the matter? How are you going to handle it? What are you going to do? How are you going to resolve your difficulties? You know, you got a lot of weight on your shoulders. How are you going to take this weight off your shoulders? And perhaps you need to do this by taking away the codependency that you have. Wishes come true. Dreams are fulfilled. You know, you're actually in a magic time of your life. You're still young, you're still active. Your life is still magical. You're going to get a windfall of assistance from other people. So your project is going to be successful, and you're going to change into a happier form of your life. Nobody says it's going to be easy. Nobody says that path is not going to be bumpy, because definitely your path will be bumpy. Change is always hard. And let go of your fears. Let go of that other person's emotions. Those other person's emotions is his own. They're not yours. Don't take them on. Give them back. And your success on your life change is going to depend upon your dedication, your self-discipline. You need to celebrate the accomplishments that you have done. And you need to bring these accomplishments into your spotlight, to your limelight. You look at your accomplishments. You keep up your self-confidence. You keep up yourself. You stand tall, walk tall, okay? And then we came right back to the unfounded fears. You know, face the fear. He's talking. Okay? He's playing you. You know that. You know him very well. You know him very, very well. So this is my new cards that I was going to read. And I pulled renewal. And the color is red. And red, since these are new cards, I have to cheat. It says, let your intuition be your guide. Okay? So, bad lighting. You are being offered a chance to awaken to a new life. You may need to deepen your roots and anchor yourself by taking stock of what you would like to create. This is the time to start again and to grow on a new foundation. Sorry I had to read it and sorry I had to do that. But as I said in previous videos, I have macular degeneration and I'm kind of going blind, but that's okay. God is granting me great blessings. Okay, now this, I think this is one of my favorite cards, is Archangel Michael. And what does Michael have to say to us? And so your prayer is, Archangel Michael, please guide me to treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me to know that I deserve this with compassion. I receive any, and I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I can experience my lasting inner peace. You know, when we're living in somebody else's life and they're putting their issues on us, that causes conflict and tension. And we need to let that go. We need inner peace. God put us on this earth. And he told us into joy. And he gave us joy. We have to find our happiness. We don't have to settle for abuse. Okay? We don't have to settle. Okay, Archangel Michael is guiding me toward honoring my sensitivity, emotional and physically. I am being, you are being pushed into, you are pushing yourself. You have been pushing yourself too hard. You have been pushing yourself too hard. I don't know why I'm having difficulty with that. While often berating yourself. Don't berate yourself, okay? I'm sorry, the light is bad. That's what's giving me problems. I apologize. So you've been berating yourself for your imperfections. And you have to know, nobody's perfect. We like to think we're perfect. And we'll joke and say, I'm perfect. I know I'm not. We have imperfections. And we don't have to push ourselves hard and feel guilt because we're not perfect. Okay? This card serves as a reminder that you're doing the best you can in the circumstances you are dealing with. So give yourself a break. Slow down and be good to yourself. Be good to slow down and be good to yourself. That's very important. Now I'm moving on to my bestest cards. I love these cards. They're the mermaids and dolphins. And they always usually give you homework to do. So that's why I like reading this. And I'll say, get your pencil and paper. You need to write down the chore that the mermaids are giving you. And this one says, break free. Try different adventures, experiences as a way to grow and learn. Sometimes we get into a rut and routines because we feel safe and comfortable. By drawing this card, you are asked to swim outside the box. You swim outside your comfort zone. It is time for you to take risk and explore a new way of thinking, making a living, are being in a relationship. So you have to rethink your relationship, your career, and the way you think about things. When you make the commitment to explore and experience, the world responds to you by giving you wonderful new experiences. Heaven isn't necessarily asking you to settle into new adventures, but instead it says test the waters and venture out. Test the waters and venture out. Because earlier in the cards it says you got poor timing. Now is poor timing to venture out or to make a totally decision. Because in the other cards, we had pulled the Chariot again, and, you know, you have decisions to make. There's a right time and a wrong time. But when we come to the other cards over here, where are they? You may have to take legal matters into hand. And you're going to have to break with tradition. And you got the Chariot card twice. So you need to work your decisions and get them in good timing. Now, let's see if I can find my place again. And and then when you return to your comfort zone and your old routines, are you really going to return to your old routines and your old comfort zone? But when we do this change, we're doing this change for the better. This is definitely a time for you to reach out and enjoy your new options and try something today, you know? Maybe by venturing out on your new adventures, maybe you can come back and fix things. Maybe you can't. But, you know, you have the three of you to consider. Now, I can see that it's important to two. If this one is so emotional that it endangers your life, then you need to take care of these two. Okay, now for my very last card. Oh, am I getting 3 cards? 4 cards? I don't think I want that. I'm supposed to take the cards. Okay. They said keep them. I'm not going to argue. I tried. Let me see what these babies say. It says, the Condor, you're too immersed into the situation you have. You need to step back, take a look, and see the bigger picture of your situation. Is it as bad as it seems, or is it better than it seems? Now, you know, you're really the only one who would know. So before making any decisions or taking any action, you need to step back and look at the situation. You need to take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. You know, you don't have to agree with them. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to debate. Have a discussion, not a heated. You know, your family loves you. Your family will support you. Okay? And they have a like mindset to you. I think I'm going to read the book on this one. Because this one says, accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. And you know, you don't have to fight to change it. If you think that you need to change the situation, change it. If you can fix the situation without strife and conflict and tension, then do that. But always follow your heart. And you do have your family support, so that's good. The Man of Keys. There is a time to fight for what you believe in, a time to lay down with your sword. Time to lay down your sword and surrender. If you and your family are in imminent danger, it is quite natural to defend yourself by either fleeing or fighting. Whether through action or words, extreme situations may require extreme measures. There are definitely wrongs to be right. Situations where spiritual warrior in you should take the lead. However, it is not the case here. It is not the case here. What will work best for all concerned is that you surrender and accept things as they are. Yield in the order to overcome. Lay down your sword, not in defeat, but in self-survival. But from realization that this isn't a fight you want or need to engage in. As the saying goes, choose your battle. This is definitely not one to waste your time and energy on. Say the serenity prayer aloud. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Let go of your self-righteousness. That was your ego we were talking about. Your ego needs control. Find the peace in your mind that you can cherish and have available simplicity by choosing it. I never did like the serenity prayer because my family always pushed that on me. Change, change, change. Sometimes change is necessary. But like the other card said, you do need to lay down your sword and you need to accept things as they are. You do need to surrender, but not necessarily to the situation and the harassment that is being given to you. You need to lay down your sword and surrender to your situation for yourself, where you can stop the conflict and the tension. You know, yeah. Lay down your sword, stop your fight, get on with what you need. And I don't know. If you have any more questions, I kind of make this difficulty in my reading because I'm not telling what the problem is, because that's between you and me and thee. But, you know, I love you and I wish you the best. And I am here with anything you need. If you don't feel good about putting comments in there, you know my number and you can message me. And that's the end of this reading. But I kind of agree with the Man of Peace. I think that's why I chose that one. Lay down your sword. Take care of yourself. Get comfortable in your decision. Okay? So that's the end of the reading. And those of you who want a reading, you can reach out to me in a will. And now I go into my self-support. I do doTERRA. And my oil of today is lime. I got it in my coffee because it's got a little mucus in my throat. And have a good day. I wish all your dreams and wishes come true.